We have over here our doctors and our health superheroes. What is your message first up for our health superheroes and your experience with these superheroes?
I only have a lot of gratitude. First of all, good evening, everyone. Very happy Doctor's Day. And you all are superheroes. Honestly, for me personally, I could only make it through because of your expertise. And I've realized that doctors just don't cure, but they are therapists in a way. They give you hope and they really sort out things in your life, and they really sorted out mine for sure. I have all the respect and regard and credit that goes to my doctor. I really want to take his name since you all are doctors and you're from the fraternity. Dr. Mandar Natkarni. He was my oncologist, oncosurgeon. And he's really given me, he sat me through. And I think it's very important for doctors to be also, to be able to connect with their patients on a human level. By the end of it, of course, I know you all are terribly busy. Most of you would have given up on summer vacations, family dates, boyfriend dates, husband dates, honeymoons, family functions, marriage functions, just to study or even become experts in your field and even treat patients. I think everything sort of rounds up when there are patients who are talking about the doctors like this, I have utmost gratitude for each one of you, for you would have treated so many of your patients, and not just on a physical level, but I'm sure you must have reached out to them at a most humane level. And that's something that I think we all learned from the pandemic, the VUCA that you're talking about, and in sort of layman terms, I think it was the unpredictability of life that we've always felt, and I have also felt very early. But with the pandemic, we realized that anything can happen to anyone. And if I'm allowed to use the word, shit can happen to anyone. It doesn't spare. But all that you need to have is, I think, hope and the ability to add value to not just your lives and the other people's lives. I think pandemic has really told us that we all are connected in some way or the other. At least that has been my learning. And life is going to have its ups and downs, but if you can make a difference to even one life, your life has been worth living. So, yeah.
That was beautiful indeed, what you shared about the fact that having that humane connection, we always think it's very transactional. If I have some kind of a hurt or something to look at, and then I go to my doctor and I feel, okay, I need to pay the fees, but it's not that. We have these health superheroes because they go beyond that. They go beyond that, and that's where the word care comes. That also brings me to another point, because bachpan se we've been reading up this quote, that health is wealth. You got to take care of your health. But none of us, especially, the Gen Z, the millennials, we're like, oh, we're going to go on the vacation. Oh, we're going to go do this and all. And suddenly when the pandemic happened, we realized, oh my God, it had to be health. Do you think somewhere this quote actually got redefined and we became a little more purposeful in life because of this whole experience?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, there is something to learn from everyone. And I will not call Gen Z very callous. I think we all have been, being millennials, we have been callous too. And pandemic never happened. There was never there was never a pandemic before. So this was after the one that was in Spain, right? That now it's come. So this has been an experience for everyone, and it has been a learning for everyone. And there's one thing that, like I said, that at least I have learned, and I've seen the others also learn, is that you got to be resilient. That's the only way to overcome anything in life, and this is not just about health issues. And doctors have their own issues. They're human beings. They must be having some relationship issues. कोई ना कोई अपनी बीवी या husband से लड़के आया होगा. I'm sure there must be some financial issues. There must be health issues. All of us do have issues. And they are going to be issues for the rest of our lives. So we just need to, at least that's what my learning has been, that you need to be resilient in the face of it and overcome it. Treat your obstacles as springboard, bounce on it and become a better version of yourself. At least that's what you can do, and that's at least that much we should do. So yeah, and this, thank you. I can hear the applause. Thank you.
That's a wonderful point noted indeed, Tahira. And You know, you are a renowned writer. You've been writing so much. We've been reading so much. Your experiences for that matter, and even your experience, you know, with your health. If there's something that you'd like to share, something that you learned, what was your big takeaway from your experience as well?
You know, I get a lot of strength from not just the medicines, of course, they do treat you, but there has to be a deeper foundation for your, you know, every day you don't need an aspirin, but you do need a foundation that sets you for the day. Some philosophy that grounds you, some philosophy that gives you hope on a daily basis. And that something was Nichiren's Buddhism for me. And I practice, and which does not mean that you negate the doctor way of treating. Of course, you got to do that. But how to do that with a smile? How to be joyous in your suffering that even doctors can't teach you. And maybe we can teach the doctors. So this is something that I learned from my practice, that whenever how to turn your karma into your mission. So if you have had an issue, you make that into your life's purpose and mission. Try to do your best and become a source of value for other people. Be of service to other people. And that's how your life becomes significant.
A life filled with karma. That's beautiful. Tahira, I also want to inform you that while we have renowned doctors over here, we also have their respective spouses who have joined us this evening. And that's beautiful because that's the power and the support of family where we talk about. You yourself, you know, how would you want to sort of share with all of us in terms of that spousal support, you know, that family support? How long does it go away, you know, in terms of healing, in terms of growing for that matter?
No, it's an amazing environment to have. If you have supportive people in your family, your life becomes a little more sorted. It gets the required cushioning. At the same time, if they're not supporting, you ought to do what you ought to do, but it becomes a little bit of a struggle. So it's always a bonus, always a blessing to have your family support. And I'm so glad the spouses have come, because only doctors know, or probably their spouses know, that how difficult it is to live with a doctor. It is not easy. It's very difficult to live with an actor also. So it's the same. I feel you. So, but congratulations to all the partners who've come for their partners today.
Now that truly put a smile on everyone's faces there because it's the truth. I'm going to do a quick rapid fire with you, okay? I'm going to just ask you a quick question and let's see, okay? What's your go-to medicine if you have any problem at all? What's that go-to medicine that you go?
Medicine? Oh, that's chanting for me. I chant and I derive hope from life.
Beautiful. During the pandemic, did you also make a dalgona coffee?
Nahin yaar. No, I don't know how to make that.
You had better things to do, clearly. Okay. What's your quick message to the people, especially the youngsters, in terms of taking care of their health? A quick word or a message?
It's very important. I think I realized it the tough way, but it is very, very important to take care of your holistic health, which involves mental and physical well-being. You feed food for your body, you need some nourishment for your mental health too. And I think it goes hand in hand. So it's very, very important to take care of yourself mentally and physically, and to really have some missions in life. I think having a mission-oriented life, half the problems get solved.
Mission-oriented life. That brings me to the next question, which is, what is your quick message in one word to all our amazing doctors and their spouses for Doctors' Day?
There's so much to learn from you. I have actually seen doctors do rounds one after the other, working 24 hours and still have a smile. The kind of resilience they have, I have got nothing to say but to learn from you. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, really want to thank you for all the sacrifices that you have made. And that's the reason we all are alive. Like, we all have used a doctor at some point of life. We all have consulted a doctor. We can't do without you all. Thank you for existing, and thank you for doing so much for everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tahira. And as we are almost wrapping up this segment, before we invite you to do the felicitations, the one thing that you learned in pandemic, the one word that you think you took away from the entire experience of pandemic, what was that one takeaway?
Many, but one is, of course, resilience, and one is how connected we are. We all are connected. So if there's a room and there are 4 corners, and one corner there's somebody sad, and you are happy, that unhappiness is going to reach out to you just like the virus. So you need to be connected and feel and have empathy for other people in the same room too. And this expands, and this actually translates to the entire world now. So yeah.
That's a beautiful analogy indeed. Thank you so much again. And thank you for your time for this really beautiful conversation. I'm going to be requesting you to also remain with us so that we get started with the felicitations. Can we have a huge round of applause one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for Tahira Kashyap?